Joining me now on this episode of Locally Sourced EP is a returning guest, Miss Gina Martinez of El Paso Inc. And let's get all your badges out. You are the VP uh Business Development and Events, right?
Yep,
And the Best of El Paso Program Manager over
that's
at El
correct.
Paso Inc. Yay, I got it right.
Yeah.
Gina, thank you so much for joining me again. This is like I just can't believe that it's already been a year since I've had you guys on, and that here we go again with Best of El Paso.
For sure, man. Time moves fast. It's crazy. We have not only gone through a year, but Best of El Paso in and of itself has kind of really, we're finding our footing. When I joined the team 2 years ago, it was a one-time kind of voting that happened and they published it and that was it. Now we have a magazine that's distributed to 10,000 people. So if you see it out and about,
Ooh.
I have all my little tabs here. Pick it up because it is a great local resource. We also have an app that has 10,000 app downloads. And yesterday we actually hit 10,000 followers on Instagram. So
Oh,
yeah, things
wow.
are moving and grooving for sure on our side.
Oh, that's so cool. And I was looking at the voting page, and you guys have so many categories, and people are just nominating and voting for all types of things El Paso, which for me is like a cool thing because I mean, I'm always a big supporter of El Paso, especially everything local. I mean, like, can you talk a little about what's different this year than from last year?
As far as the logistics of voting, not much has changed. You can go to our website, which is bestofelpaso.com, or download our app on both the Apple and Google Store. And so the logistics of it are all the same. You go on there. We are not a reader's poll that has a nomination round. You go straight to voting. So you go in, you select your business that you want to vote for them, and you vote for them. So it's really easy. We do have some rules around it where you have to vote in 25 categories. We really want to represent the community. So we want people who are going in there and voting to share their favorites across the board, not just for, the best podcast, or for the best bank or whatever it may be. We want to hear what your top favorites are across the board. So that has stayed the same. As far as what has changed within the ballot, we've added a few new categories, which is always fun. People, contact us all the time and are like, you should add this category. So at the beginning of the year, we sit down and we review kind of all of those that came in and select them and add them in. And then there's always some of those categories that we're like, maybe this didn't perform as well, or it didn't kind of hit the mark, and we kind of readjust. But yeah, we have over 250 categories. We represent over 1,400 businesses, and it's really just a great way to go out there and support local businesses.
Oh, that's so awesome. I mean, I get excited. Like, it's just so much fun to go on and just like vote for everyone, especially you're just waiting for the results, and it's fun time, especially for El Paso, and also a great thing that El Paso Week has come up with and continue to do.
I agree. We've got all these different types of categories, everything from like Border Eats, which represents our whole food culture. I
Mhm.
mean, I say that culture because it's like it represents so much of the goodness that's happening here in El Paso. And I think it's also what differentiates us from other cities, and all the great cuisine that we have here in town. And plus, on our list, we represent two of the James Beard Award winners, which are from El Charlatan y Ya. If you haven't gone out there and tried it, oh my God, like it's amazing what the chef has done. And I wished I remembered his name. And then Elmi, of course, who was, one of the top restaurants on our Border Eat section. So you've got that all the way to the shopping. We represent all of the top shopping places in El Paso, from the outlet shops of El Paso and Canotillo to the Socorro gift shop, right? The
Mm.
Socorro Missions gift shop. So we've got to doctors and lawyers and everything in between. And so we're just a really great kind of snapshot of where El Paso is right now, both business wise and culture wise. And so I'm really proud about what we do there in El Paso, which is really celebrate local businesses and shine the spotlight on those that deserve it.
That's cool. And then the cool thing about this one too is when you guys do stuff like this is that you're right. It just brings more attention to those local businesses, and there might be that business that you see like isn't like maybe either wins or at least nominated. You're like, oh, I've never heard of that place. I'm gonna go try it. So it also just draws people to that business, especially the local business. And I think, like I said, it's a great thing all around that you guys are doing, just bringing the attention to the local businesses here in El Paso and the surrounding areas.
For sure. And that's one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is like we represent those businesses that have zero marketing dollars. And you'd be surprised at how many of them are out there. And we feature them on our platforms, which include the magazine and the app and social media. And so we say, hey, here are some of our businesses that maybe don't have these marketing dollars, but we're listing them on all these different platforms, and hopefully they get discovered, all the way to businesses who do have marketing dollars and are like, not only do we want to be part of this program, we want to also make sure that these businesses get highlighted. And so we're going to help you make sure that this is an ongoing project. And so we've got really fun partnerships this year, from Hotel Indigo to Revive Medical to the outlet shops of El Paso. So all of these really great partners who are helping make this happen, and continue allowing us to continue doing the good work that we're doing.
And I for one appreciate the work that you guys are doing. I mean, I've tried. I've been doing. Excuse me. I've been doing this for a while, and I did it starting the pandemic, just try to help out the local businesses. And I know I don't have a huge following, but I try my best. I just think it's important to support local businesses, no matter what kind of business they are.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And one of the things that we've done now is we've partnered with like the Convention and Visitors Bureau. So we're not only trying to attract local customers that are locally based, but ones that are traveling through. So we partnered with them and we said, hey, you have a specific market, like you're really targeting people who are coming through El Paso. Like, let us partner with you, mention us on your app. If there is a business on the app who is a best of winner, let us put the badge up there. And they allowed us to do that. So now not only are we attracting our local clientele, people who are coming through are getting notified of like, hey, Best of El Paso is happening. These are like the local top recommendations. Best of El Paso has been going on for 18 years now, which is amazing. My hat's off to
That's
the
so
team at
cool.
El Paso Inc. to keep this readers poll kind of going and chugging along and still relevant, right? Like, this is an award that people still want to win.
Yeah.
But they have morphed it from this small little thing that was published once to something that I think is reaching, at least 20,000 households between our app downloads, between our magazine and our social media, which is it's not an enormous following, but hey, we're making a name for ourselves, and people are excited about what we're doing and are excited about tipping their hats to their favorite barbershop or to their favorite car dealership, or maybe it's their realtor, all these things that they interact with on a daily basis. And they're saying, hey, you know what? That's a way that I can acknowledge them and kind of pay it forward for the great customer service that they offered.
Yeah, that's so good. I mean, and like I seen like past winners, been to past winners restaurants, businesses, and they display their plaques proudly. Let me just say that. Like
I
it's so
know.
cool.
It
And,
is. And every time I see like the sticker, it just makes me so happy to like see
mhm.
it. One of the things that I did when I joined the team is I said, secret people really love this recognition. Like, let's make it super accessible to everybody. So we of course had the plaques, which you can go into anywhere. I went to the tap the other night and I was so happy to, at this little hole in the wall dive bar, they have all their Best of El Paso plaques. But this sticker program, where if you are a best of winner, you can get a sticker to put outside your door so that any passerby can see it and say, oh, that's a locally rated business. I did a lot of business in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I was doing business out there, so was not obviously local, and would pass by these businesses, and at one point I was like, this window was just filled top to bottom with all of these stickers, and I was like, well, what are those? So I went and looked, and it was literally their local readers poll, their business Chronicle had done a best of Raleigh, and they had put the stickers, and I was like, oh my God, I need to go in there. And
Mhm.
sure enough, it was one of the best sandwiches. I wish I would remember the name, but one of the best sandwiches that I've ever had. And I said, you know what? We need to replicate that model and have it take place here in El Paso, so that when anybody who is in a strip shopping mall, starts to identify that logo, which is this little emblem with the location icon and the Best of El Paso.
Right.
But if they see that logo, they know they are, rated one of the top businesses in their industry or in their category. And so we should go and try it, because people rallied around them, took the time to go log on their phone or log on their computer to go and vote for that person
Yeah.
and make sure that they won. So, those are some steps, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
not just like, oh yeah, they were named. It's like, no, somebody had to go out there and actually do something for these people to win.
Yeah, that's so cool. I think it was the year last year, when I had you on that we were that was nominated too. And I think I had
Mhm.
gotten, it was under at the time, I don't think there was a podcast one, but it was under like, I guess almost like a DJ. So I think I ended
Yeah.
up getting, I think I was actually voted third, and I was behind
Yeah,
Johnny Cage, and I think it was Buzz Adams, I think it was. And that's pretty cool to me, because I mean those two
absolutely.
guys are like up there, and I was just kind of like this little thing I did, and I mean just to get third place was kind of cool to me.
Of course, and well deserving. What you're doing out there, and celebrating local businesses through this podcast is really admirable, and you deserve to be up there. And I think that's part of the program, is to kind of bring those people who maybe don't feel. I mean, we all have this imposter syndrome, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't deserve that, or I don't, that person is way better than me. And it's like, no, 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 no. Like, take a step back, take it in, and realize that people took the time to go and actually vote for you on that list. And if you were one of the top three, there's five businesses or five people or five organizations that we list on there.
Mhm.
I mean, that's great. Think of all the people in El Paso. What's El Paso, like 750,000 people? Like, you made that list as that person. Like, that's really awesome. And congratulations on that. And
Oh,
hopefully, through this, you can also say, hey, I'm out there. And I think it was funny because I came on this show and went back to the team, and I was like, you know what? After being on that show, there is a big difference between a DJ and a podcaster. Like, we should separate those. And so now we actually have a podcaster podcast category, all
mhm.
because of you, Rick.
Oh, thank you.
So
That's so cool. I appreciate it. I mean, like I said, it's just like I was just like humbled, honored just to like get that part that there. But I'm more about like, let's get the other local businesses that are out there that actually need the help. And I just like doing this. It's just really a lot of fun. And I just I like learning about like especially restaurants and stuff like that, and pushing out the other local businesses that are here, that I just like helping out as much as I can.
yeah, I think so. And I think we could all use that cheerleader in the back corner. So I'm sure everybody out there really appreciates you cheering them on and encouraging them to keep on going. And I do the same for you. I hope that you continue to do this, because you're doing great work and you are really helping progress, I think, our local business kind of environment. And we need people like you out there that are talking about what's going on and what's happening and what's cool in town.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, let's jump back into best of. Where can people go? Where do people go to vote, and kind of like how can they vote?
Yeah, of course. So we are an online platform. It all takes place online. And so you can go to bestofelpaso.com. What will pop up actually is a ballot. So I'm going to actually show you from my phone,
Oh,
but hopefully everybody can see it. And if not, go to your phones, type in bestofelpaso.com, and you've
pop
got,
it up too
of
here.
course, the glare is all crazy
Yeah,
here.
no, don't
This
worry
is
about
the
it.
ballot. and then you can scroll. You click on a specific category, it'll take you to those sections. And here Border Eat seems to be the top of mine right now. But you literally go in, you type the name of your business, the business that you want to vote for, and you click vote, and your vote is cast. So it's super easy. So it's bestofElPaso.com, or you can download our app at the Apple Store and Google Play Store. We're Best of El Paso. Click on it, open it up, the first ad or the interstitial ad, which is the technical term for the pop-up that comes on, click on it and it'll direct you to our website to go in and vote. Super easy. Like I said, we do have a few requirements. We want you to vote in 25 categories. We want you to, be thoughtful and considerate about the people that you're voting for, because we want to highlight the best of El Paso, and we need your help to do that.
Perfect. And you guys on social media as well, Facebook, Instagram, like you had said, you guys just hit 10,000 followers. That's so awesome. And I'll make sure I include your website and all the information description below. Gina, I can't thank you enough for joining me again. This is kind of like, we got to make this an annual thing, especially if this thing every year, so we can have you on and just get excited for local businesses.
Of course, I agree. And for all of you that are listening, go to our app and vote for Ray and all the great work that he does in the local podcaster. You're probably not going to plug yourself, but I am happy to do that.
I think I appreciate
it. You're doing locally sourced as the podcast. So go do that. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you reaching out to me, having me on, and letting me share kind of the story and the work that I do. This is our day in and this is my day in and day out project. The voting's happening now. It ends on May 31st. So really, people have a week. So I'm so excited you got me for this final push. We have hit about 11,000 voters, which last year we hit 12,000 overall. So by far, this will be the best year yet. I remember when I was hired, I said, Secret, how many people would be amazing to have vote? And she was like, I think 10,000. So the past 3 years that I've been on board, we've hit that. This is going to be the best year yet. So we want to hear from you guys. Go out there, share your love for these local businesses and your support for them.
Oh, I again, Gina, thank you for being on. If you're watching, head over to elpasoinc.com and click on the Best of El Paso link and go vote for your favorite business.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
Gina, anything else you'd like to say or add before we end today?
No, I think we covered the gist of Best of El Paso. Oh yeah, I do have one thing.
Oh.
Our winners are announced in October, so make sure to kind of stay tuned to what we're doing at that time. All of the people are announced that everybody has voted for, and people are like, well, why does it take so much time? And there's so much work that's going on behind the scenes. We're tabulating votes. I know it's digital, but so much of it, like, people spell things wrong, and so we're like, oh, that person was trying to vote for this, and so we consolidate that, and we then do all the research on the businesses. We gather names, addresses, phone numbers, social media sites, and input that all into the app and in the magazine. So there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, and that's kind of the bulk of the work that we're doing during that time. And then we release the winners. We will release it during a Best of El Paso event that we have, so keep an eye out on our socials for that. It'll be released via our magazine and our app. And this year we have a really exciting cover. We've been working on that. I found a local intern student from UTEP, and she designed the cover and just did an amazing job. Her name is Margarita Gomez, and I'm just so happy to reveal this October 2023 Best of El Paso magazine.
So cool.
So yeah.
I'm excited for you guys too. So get out there, vote. Voting ends May 31st, correct?
That's correct.
And then winners announced in October. This is so cool. Gina, thank you so much for being on today with me.
Of course. Well, thanks so much, Ray. You have a good day.
You too. Thank you.